Pisces, Sun, Moon and Rising is your tarot reading for the week ahead. So if you're a water sign, you've pretty much won the lottery this week. It's Scorpio, Cancer and Pisces all looking as though they've got lots to be thankful for, lots to congratulate themselves for, and it looks pretty great week. Emotionally, this is going to feel again like you've kind of won the lottery. Your heart is likely to feel quite full this week, full of appreciation and gratitude. And if you're feeling a bit frustrated or things aren't quite necessarily running your way, which I don't get the sense that will be majorly obvious this week, but if you find yourself in slightly trickier situations, then that sense of gratitude is going to fill your heart, distill and dissolve any sense of frustrations and annoyance that you might have. Really, really emotionally healing week as well. Perhaps starting to move into this slightly more restful state, but certainly understanding that, I can't wait to take care of myself. That being a main driving force. And maybe that is as simple as I can't wait for rest, or I can't wait to luxuriate in the my friends and family, or I can't wait to just have some solitude for a while. But just knowing instinctively and intuitively what you need. And although you might not be able to enact that just yet, just right here and then now, actually having a sense of that and then getting quite excited about that. It's like, I can't wait. Sometimes I feel like maybe this is just me, but sometimes you're like, I can't wait to get home to have a bath. It's kind of that feeling. It's like, I can't wait to just go and luxuriate and take it easy and give myself exactly what it needs. Because it's not as though you're entering into this week at the point of depletion at all. There's nothing that indicates that. But just kind of being really, just can't waiting to fill up your own cup, as the Ace of Cups represents, and connecting with your heart again and doing those things that you really love, that are really gentle and just nurturing. So again, whatever rocks your boat, but things like aromatherapy might be great here. Things about slowing down, yin yoga, sound baths. What has your self-care practice gone completely out the window as that last little push towards the end? Probably not, but if it has, then this is the perfect opportunity to just go, do you know what? I'm going to start that winding down process and just really, really enjoy that. Again, also in combination with the Ace of Cups, we've got the Fool card here as well as the King of Cups. So it's almost like a close-up of the cup that he holds with the Ace of Cups. But that combination, particularly of the Ace of Cups and the Fool, feeling like a real clear out, an emotional clear out, a spiritual clear out, particularly as we move towards 2025. So this sense of renewal, this sense of excitement, this sense of anticipation, and also being very, very open to whatever 2025 may bring. The good, the bad, the ugly, right, bring it on. That sense of excitement that comes with that. And the Wheel of Fortune here, not only representing that kind of that change. Obviously, we've got the winter solstice and that tipping point where the days start to get longer again, and just this cyclical nature of nature, and how are we recognizing those cyclical natures, both outside but also internally. What patterns have we managed to let go of? What cycles have we broken within our own life? Recognizing that, giving ourselves a pat on the back around that. But also recognizing what we are wanting to take forward and move forward, and maybe where we were a year ago. The really nice way to use the new year is think, how am I different from last year? What have I learned in this year that's gone by? Where am I geographically that's different? Who's around me that's different? And reflecting on what that may represent. But these Wheel of Fortune, really, it's embracing these cycles. And again, that's nice to see, because there have been within some of the other signs this kind of resistance to change, and not perhaps being willing to let go of the year that has been, or worrying too extensively of what's coming up around the corner. Then I think for many people it is a bit of an anxious time, and that's absolutely okay and fine. But a lot of that perhaps arising from what change it represents, and the fickle nature of change, and how nerve-wracking that can be. Of, I don't know what's around the corner, but you, Pisces, actually embracing that a lot more, and thinking, well, change can represent stuff that we let go of, as much as, or we don't know what's around the bend. We're actually moving away from what no longer is serving us. So embodying that understanding a lot more, which feels really, really lovely. Also a good time this week. This week represents a good time for learning, however that may be for you. So perhaps this part of knowing what's good for you is also understanding, well, do you know what? I can't wait to have perhaps a festive break that represents expansion of the mind, understanding, learning, digging into a book. You might find areas of interest this week that have just popped up kind of out of nowhere. I know recently I started going down a rabbit hole of Russian history and learning the whole history of the country of Russia, and finding it deeply fascinating, and watching lots of videos and reading lots of materials. So don't be surprised if this week also represents that. You kind of geek out on a particular thing, but that also bringing lots of joy and pleasure. This discovery and this sense of learning and expanding one's horizons seems to be very, very given. And just finally, we close with the King of Cups. As we know, he's the most, the figure represents the most advanced kind of emotional practitioner and spiritual practitioner. There's a spiritual and emotional maturity that comes here. And this, in part, could just be about your interaction with somebody that embodies that for you, and inspires you, and that you really like to be around, because you feel as though they kind of broaden your awareness again, just like with the Page of Pentacles, or really inspire you, or really help you bring clarity to things. So that could be somebody that you go to for counsel, or share a problem with, or just really, it doesn't even necessarily have to be with an agenda, but just somebody that you really find that you're on a very similar wavelength to, and that you come away from conversations with these people feeling as though your world's a little bit more expansive. It's a really lovely feeling. And don't be surprised if you have some of those interactions as well, because it's either that the King of Cups is an aspect of you, so you'll give that to other people, or you'll meet the King of Cups and find that in other people, and just being able to have these deep, meaningful conversations from which you come away feeling even more inspired, and even more, or just kind of new perspective on things, or a new understanding of things, or something helping you resolve something that you've sat with for quite some time. Sometimes it just seemingly takes one word for us to kind of understand something in a completely different way. But what we can easily forget is the kind of all the little drips that needed to get that particular phrase powerful enough for us to understand it in a new way. So it's likely that those kind of personal revelations gonna occur, leaving you feeling very inspired and motivated. So you can see why I started this reading by saying, if you're a water sign, you've kind of won the lottery this week, because the fates are shining down on the water signs very favourably. So if you want to know more about that, maybe check out your Cancer or Scorpio reading, and of course be sure to check out your ascendant sign and your moon sign if you're not sure how to do that. No problem, we've got you covered. Just read in the description. There's a link in there which will show you how, and then you can go and watch your ascendant and moon reading. But until next week, I hope you've enjoyed that and found it inspiring, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.